Well, see, to me, humor is a tool that, as far as I'm concerned, that shields you from the stupidity that's rampant on the planet. And if you can't look at how something is funny, you can't get around it. And, you know, because I listen to people's tragedy, have for 4 decades, and if I empathized with them, which is the opposite of having a sense of humor, my sense of humor isn't a cruel one, although I do pick on people. I try to get them to look at it from a different point of view, which is what humor really is about. You describe the same thing in a different tone of voice, and you take it to its logical extreme, it becomes humorous. You know, that the notion that, you know, that we can spend our way out of debt. There isn't a politician who doesn't like that idea, because they won't be around when the bill comes. And, you know, when I hear politicians go, we just need to spend more money and stimulate the economy. Well, I'm going, you know, if I could spend my way out of debt, you know, if I could, you know, I can't make 1 house payment, and so I'm going to buy 3 houses. It just doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. And what humor does is get people to start looking at things, not from the point of view of how bad it feels, but how ridiculous it is. I'm very fond of saying to people after they explain to me, you know, just looking over at them and going, that sounds like a really good plan, doesn't it? You know, because they'll tell me, well, I think this, and then I never try, and it feels really bad, and the more I feel bad, the less I try, and I go, great plan. And it shields me from having to empathize with how much they're suffering, but it also shields them from the same thing. They'll come up and smirk at me and they'll go, well, it's not a good plan, but I can't help myself. And I said, there's another good plan. And then pretty soon they'll go, well, what else could I do? And I go, well, you could do this. You can look at it and see yourself doing this. I can give them detailed descriptions of what successful people think about. I don't try to fix what's broken. What I try to do is replace it. You know, that there are some things that you can restore to perfect condition, like an old automobile. But, you know, something that's not worth restoring in the first place, which is a bad idea. A bad idea, you know, and rather than trying to fix a bad idea and make it work, you know, somebody tells me I'm stupid because I got a low IQ score in high school. And I go, well, that's really stupid to believe IQ scores. You know, I mean, you know, Einstein got bad grades in school. He was bad at math, for heaven's sakes. You know, and I said, he did pretty good, actually. You know, we all remember him for one equation. He made thousands, but, you know, he was a brilliant mathematician. I said, you know, these people, I met people from the Mensa Society, you know, and they may be able to answer obscure questions, but most of them can't get a date. You know, which one's smart and which one isn't. And when you start bringing this up to people, and I go, do you want to be so smart you're stupid, or how smart do you want to be? And over and over again, I've looked at people who have told me something and just asked them the simple question, well, is this working for you? And they look at me and go, no. And I go, well, then maybe you should stop. And they go, but I don't know how. And I go, good, let me tell you, it ain't that hard. And to me, I'm always using humor in the sense that you chide someone. Chiding is a particular skill that you need to be able to get people out of the crap they're in. You need to, instead of, you know, go, oh, that must be terrible, which just means it's real. You need to get people to look at it and go, I don't have to live this way. And when you start chiding people, you start going, hey, you don't have to do this anymore. Just step over here. And it's the old flirting technique of come away closer. You know, you flirt with people not to marry them. You flirt with people so you have the opportunity to find out who they are. Most people don't flirt with themselves enough to know what they actually could do. My job is to chide them into trying new ways of thinking, new ways of acting, so that they can have more fun in life and get more stuff done.